Leo, I feel like on opening weekend, most teams would be happy with a split. What were your thoughts on the two games?
Yeah, I really like the way we played, especially Saturday night. Their goaltender was really good. I thought we got out, especially a team that just lost. I thought we really skated, especially in the first period. It would have been nice to get into after the first period with a goal. But I really liked the weekend and how we played. If you look at, Saturday's game, if we don't give up a goal with 11 seconds left in a period, you're looking at that power play goal being a tying goal. Um, but there's things we have to clean up for sure. But I really liked the way we played, the way we competed against a really good team and a really good roster. So overall, there was a lot of really good things.
That game on Saturday. I mean, second period, Topi, the 2-on-1 save against Hames. Third period, the
Yeah.
breakaway against Grew. What do you think of him?
Yeah, he was great. He gave us a chance to win. Those are the areas too. You can't give up easy offense. Like structurally in our own zone, we were really good. But I think sometimes when you don't score, you start to cheat it a bit and get away from winning hockey habits. And I thought we did that at times. But Topi gave us a chance to win. Wasn't on the goaltending. But yeah, I really liked a lot of the things we did this weekend.
Depth of your offense kind of showed off too, right? I mean, every line got a goal.
Yeah, every line was good. That Lecision, Kuntar, and Josh were probably our best line all weekend. They're just relentless on the puck. They're physical. They're really hard to play against. Power special teams look really good. We gave up a penalty kill goal, but they really didn't get it in zone. It was off a broken play, and then got to take away the backside. But I like, yeah, every line I thought contributed. I'd like to see more out of our top lines, 5-on-5 for sure. But overall, I can't say anyone had a bad weekend.
When you talk about playing the game the right way, it at least stuck out, especially Saturday. The shot suppression, that's something this team did so well all season last year.
Yeah, it's a big part of our identity. I really believe in that. Like, when you look at there's a mentality to it too. When you look up at the scoreboard and you have 17 shots to 5, it's really, I think in the first two games we've given up I don't know, less I think we're right around 23 shots a game given up, and when you defend and you could check, I ultimately think you're going to win. I think it was a good learning experience for the group. You're not going to score 4 or 5 goals every single game that you play. You got to be comfortable playing in games where you can win 2-1, 3-2. So if we're in that game again, and getting points is the biggest thing, and just knowing that you can win 2-1, 3-2. But I think it's just the way we want to play and pressure the puck. And anytime you do that, that number, if it's where it is right now, I think it's a really good sign.
I realize we're not playing again until Friday. Any thought, though, when it comes to just goaltending right now, the juggling of that?
Yeah, it's a unique situation. We have 3 goalies right now. Dev's going to play Friday. And then kind of reevaluate, going forward. But they're all really capable. Obviously, Georgiev's he's played in the NHL a long time. He's a really good goalie. So we'll just most likely Dev for sure on Friday, and then we'll kind of see where that is.
I feel like with offense and defense, you're always going to have more players that can that can dress. Like you're always going to have guys that have to scratch. Just curious, what is your philosophy and how do you mentally manage players on a roster when not everybody can wear a jersey?
Yeah, I think it's just communicating with those guys and where they're at, and they're a big part of the team, whether they get in. There's going to be some point with the turnover, just injuries work in Buffalo. You see, how they are right. It just happens everywhere. You never know. There's going to be a chance where we need them, and that they're just practicing and doing the things that they need to do to ultimately be ready when their number's called.
Tyler, questions for Mike Leone?
Yeah, thanks so much for your time today, Leo. Wanted to go back to something we talked about. I think it was last week. We talked about Dev's level of maturity. Has there been a moment or moments that have impressed you about that aspect of his development specifically?
I would probably, I think last year when he got pulled at home against Laval, and he's probably never been pulled in his life. That probably is one to come to mind, and then just how he responded after that. I think he might have had 2 shutouts in 3 games. Those are things, every goalie's going to have times where you're not playing great and you ultimately get pulled, and just how he responded from that, and just his attitude, how he responds after games. But I would say that's probably a big one for sure. Never being pulled to getting pulled and then responding with his right intentions. It's a tough position to play, and Dev's done a great job of when he does have a game where it's not up to his standard, that he always responds really well.
Now that you've had a chance to fully digest the film from the 2 games this weekend, what impressed you about how Rosie and Austin played specifically?
Yeah, they were good. They were really good on the power play, and anytime those guys see the puck going on the power play, I think gives you a lot of confidence 5-on-5. I I would say they were good the second night, but I would like to see just a little more, just ability to. They have both of them have abilities to change the game with plays that not that they were bad or anything. Just we need them to be consistent night in, night out. If you're gonna, the minutes that they're getting, regardless of who they're playing against, just a little bit more 5-on-5, kind of like what I said before, just to take over the play and carry the game.
To have a guy like a Georgiev, who, as you talked about, has played a lot of years in the NHL, with the 2 young goalies that you have, how valuable is that to have him in the locker room and his influence on those two?
Yeah, no, I think it's anytime you get a guy around with, I mean, he went 40-11 one year in the NHL. I mean, he has just to be a really good teammate, see how he works. I don't really know him that well, so I'm excited to get to know him. But, a lot of experience, played in a lot of big games, played in playoff hockey in the NHL. And hopefully he's I don't expect him not to be, but a good teammate, help those guys along, and then we'll see where it goes.